Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Vanguard Podcast.
Welcome
episode
back.
67.
Ooh, that is correct, Josh. Good job.
Thank you so much. I'm Josh, as he said.
Oh, sorry.
To my right, Tommy.
I'm Tommy.
Costa.
Oh.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you, and welcome to my doctor's office.
That's
good.
He needs it.
That's good.
You'll probably hear throughout the podcast that Tommy needs a doctor.
I'm gonna keep the sniffles to a minimum.
I hope so.
All right, to the sick boys, right? Joey Vasquez, welcome to the show.
Hey guys, I got a question for you.
Please ask.
How do you get out chocolate mocha coffee drink from Starbucks out of your pants?
Wait, hold on.
You.
I need to clarify something.
Okay,
You put it in a blender.
Is it chocolate? Is it coffee? Or is it mocha?
it's actually what's called a cafe mocha iced.
A mocha is chocolate coffee.
True, but that's what it's called.
Okay. You
as
said
you
chocolate
can see,
mocha coffee.
I got these right here.
Yeah, I did mention that.
as
I
we
did
can all see.
notice those earlier.
Yeah, there's nothing I can do about it.
I
now,
thought
though.
you were on your period. So how to get it out? How to get it out?
Time to go.
Bleach.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Guys, we got some news today. We also have a movie discussion of the classic comedy Blazing Saddles.
Classic comedy.
So we need to get this ball rolling. As always, if you like the show and you want to see more, every Friday and Tuesday, which is our Pokemon show, you can subscribe, give us a like, really helps us out, and go follow us on Twitter at Fangeared, get some newsy updates and stuff like that. Guys,
What?
there have been a lot of delays recently in the gaming world specifically. We got a few delays out of TGS, so Tokyo Game Show.
Okay.
Most notably,
Tokyo Game Show really amused Joey.
hilarious. Most notably, The Last Guardian was delayed again.
Now, really quick, I apologize. This is not that movie about the birds, is it? Or the owls?
The owls. No, it is.
That's Guardians of
Guardians
Gahul.
Gahul. The Last Guardians. Guardians of Gahul.
Yeah, but it is called The Last Guardians. Am I correct?
Maybe.
You're
Well, this is
correct.
about a bird dog. This game.
Now, this is bird related as well.
That sounds sillier.
Partially.
I'm not sold that these aren't the same thing.
Maybe that's the big twist at the end.
It could be.
Maybe they've been securing the rights for the past 10 years.
You think so?
to the
They're going to tell people to watch that movie that came out 10 years ago
Yeah.
after you play the game.
Hey, there's another
Great
connection.
Great marketing strategy.
Anyway, this game took 10 years to finally have a release date, and now
Well.
it's being pushed back to December 6th. 5 weeks. So this is pretty big.
From when?
Yeah, that's not 5 weeks from now.
30,
October 25th.
25th. Yeah, that's fine. That's 5 weeks.
Back to December 6th.
Yes.
Yeah, just makes the cut.
Yeah, so what I wanted to kind of use this to talk about is delays. We've talked about our thoughts on delays and whether we think they're good or bad. However, delays can have a pretty big impact. We saw recently, we talked about No Man's Sky getting delayed and the creator receiving death threats from people who wanted to play the games. And
Deservedly.
Deservedly.
of course.
He deserves death.
Yeah. No, I mean,
He
put
should-
your game out on time or die.
He should die.
Yeah.
I want to play the game.
Of course, we're getting...
Speak for yourself.
Wow, thanks for...
just put that out there. So there are a lot of people who are not on board with delays. And what does this mean also for a game that's delayed 10 years, or not delayed, but I guess in hiatus 10 years, really? What kind of hype does that put on a game? And then when you delay it and it doesn't deliver, I just wanted to kind of talk about the whole...
I'll tell you.
Everything culminating.
I
Tell
got
me
the
from
answer.
Tell me.
Yeah, I could see how fans are like a little disappointed. They've been waiting a while, and then it's finally happening, and they're so excited. October, wow, it's gonna happen after 10 years, and then they say, "Oh no, December," and I could see you being like, "Oh, that kind of sucks."
Mm-hmm.
But anything more than that is unnecessary. I mean, this is their game to make. Let them make it to the best of their ability, no matter how long it takes. If you want the best version of the game, then you have to wait till December.
Right. And I agree with that in basically every case. And I agree with that in this case too. The thing that I think is different with this is that I mean, after 10 years being in development, something went wrong. It doesn't take 10 years to make a game.
Well,
but we don't know that it was in development the whole time.
Yeah,
right.
But I'm sure
it was announced 10 years ago.
Right.
That means something did go wrong that put it out of development, slowed things down significantly.
And they fixed it.
Yeah, but there's so many factors. Can I... Well, go ahead, finish your thought, and then I'll...
Yeah, so this studio, it's from Sony Japan. This is a first-party game from the creators of Ico and Shadow of the Colossus. They had multiple creative directors leave and come back on this game. I think now one of the creative directors who left is now contracted on this game, and a bunch of weird stuff, like kind of switching around the people working on this game for so long. And expectations for this game are probably pretty high. I think there are some people who understand, like, this might be we need to start working on something else game to put out. And this game cannot be pushed into 2017, because when they came out in 2015 with a 2016 release date after 10 years, they can't push it any further than December, and they're going to put a game out as is then.
Nope. I disagree.
There's no way the public would take that okay.
I mean, first thing I think you have to know or realize with delays is that it's gonna hurt the game sales-wise no matter what. No matter what the delay is for. This is a very short delay, which is interesting. I think
that's what makes me think that they probably need more than that.
See, it could be that it's been 10 years, the game's close to being exactly what they want it to be, but we need another month, and then it will be that game.
Yeah.
So it could be that too. But can I tell you what the biggest problem with this term delay, and this goes into a bigger conversation that I think a lot of people have been trying to have about communication between companies and people buying their products or, awaiting their products.
Yeah.
Is that we don't really know what delay means. It means nothing. It's a catch-all phrase that just means it's not coming out now, it's coming out later. But you don't know if that's good, if that's bad.
Yeah.
And I think the reason why companies don't really want to divulge that information is because, yeah, sometimes it's good. It's like, oh yeah, we can make it better, so we're going to do that. But sometimes it's bad. And then you'll know when it's bad because they just won't say anything about it.
Yeah. Well, they did say in this case that it was because of some late production bugs that they found. So they're going through some testings. They're entering the final bits and pieces, and they found some things that they wanted to fix. So, but again, what's a company gonna say? Well, we had a lot of internal shit happen for the past 10 years. No one's really happy with this game. No one wants to work on it anymore. We're trying to get it out as soon as possible so we don't have to do it anymore. But the studio wants us to put a little bit more time so it's at least playable.
See, I just don't... I feel like this... I mean, after 10 years, this is somebody's passion project. The people working on this...
The person whose passion project is not attached to this game anymore.
Right, but even just to get this done, like, are they expecting this to be, like, selling wildly after all this time? No.
I mean,
there's no way.
No, there's at this point, no, definitely not. But, I mean, if it had come out 2 years after they announced it, maybe.
Exactly. So, I mean, you have to imagine that at this point they're thinking, okay, the only way we're really, like, this is ever has a chance of being a real hit is if this game comes out flawless.
Or if we stop paying the people who are working on it to make it.
yeah, I suppose that's...
So they want them to finish it up.
I somehow don't think they're going to stop paying them, though.
Well, yeah, they'll at least be working on something maybe more worthwhile.
Maybe. Tell me.
I don't know. I'm just surprised at how negative Josh is being. I think he has really high hopes for this game, and he's
would
worried.
Love to love this game. What I'm hearing about the demo that just came out of Tokyo Game Show this week is that it is pretty buggy. It's supposed to be coming out next month, or was originally supposed to be coming out next month. The camera, someone's saying, I forget what the giant dog bird's name is, but it's a demo where you're taming it, and it says taming blah 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 the dog bird and the camera. that was like the headline that I read, and basically the video is they're like, oh, I can't see anything. Like the camera is so wonky, I can't even like play this game.
Really?
Yeah.
Oy.
So
Well, that's why they took another 5 weeks out on it.
5 weeks to fix the camera. They had 10 years to fix the camera.
Well,
I mean,
they didn't get it done, so now they know the specific thing to fix, and they're gonna take the recommended time they need to fix it.
I believe that this game is going to have a lot of heart, a touching story about friendship between a boy and his dog Bird.
sure. Naturally.
What is that?
But if I can't get through it, if it's like a chore, it's everything. Then it ruins everything.
Well, yeah. But I mean, it's hard to even speculate because we don't even know why the game took so long.
Yeah.
For all we know, this game could come out.
There was a lot of internal
strife.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? Shit happens, Josh. You can't have everything all the time.
I'm just saying what I wanted. I really didn't want it to be so much about this game, so much as delays in general.
No.
Star Wars.
Yeah. This is don't bring Star Wars into this.
Don't try to drag other properties that we like into this. Okay.
Yeah, we're talking about the specific news.
Yeah.
And the Owls of Ga'Hoole.
Yeah.
Ga'Hoole. That's the bad guy from Sinister. Baghoul.
Ga'Hoole.
Ga'Hoole and Baghoul.
Gabagool. Isn't that a Italian dish?
That's inappropriate.
It actually
is. How dare you
is.
talk about Italians?
How dare you talk about my people in that way?
Oh, sorry, Tommy. That was
now Tommy embraces the Italian.
We should do a spin-off TV series, The Adventures of Baghoul and Ga'Hoole.
It's the demon from Sinister and an owl.
And an animated CGI owl.
What happened to him last time we heard from our friend Baghoul?
Oh yeah, we're friends with Baghoul. You were on vacation with him in Hawaii.
Yeah. You guys remember what happened to him?
Maybe you left him there. I don't know.
Oh,
Did you come back with him?
Oh my god, he's still in Hawaii. It's been a year.
Wow, that is a deep callback.
If you're a fan of relatively recent Geared, then you may remember that.
Relatively. Well, no, I would say relatively old.
Well, old Geared is already a thing.
Yeah, but it's a year ago.
Yeah, we should bring back old Geared.
Yeah.
What's our next piece
Joey,
of
you're
news?
Fired.
All right, see you guys later.
Let me tell you about our next piece of news.
We got a comment on that Lobo video yesterday.
Yeah, we get them all the time.
On what video?
The Lobo video.
Oh, that.
If you guys like outdated Lobo news, go check out Old Geared and continue to comment and view it.
What do they say? What does the comment say? This video is outdated.
They're like so surprised.
Yeah.
And it's still really old news.
It's like from
Yep,
at least
it's
3
still
years
really old.
Wow, I can't believe it hasn't come back around.
And I think Tommy's going to introduce this next one.
Yeah. Okay. You guys know Stanley?
Stanley.
Kubrick.
The Stanley Parable.
Kubrick.
We talked about him last week.
Yeah, but a different guy. Stan Lee.
The Marvel Man.
Is he Asian?
Yeah, he's Bruce Lee's dad, but a different guy. Stan Lee.
Oh.
The guy who invented comic books.
Karmic books.
Karmic books. Yeah, Stanley invented the comic
The
book.
guy who made all the Marvels.
Yeah.
The old guy.
That janitor, right?
Yeah, the janitor from the Amazing
the janitor.
Spider-Man 1.
He was that super hot player in that bar.
No, from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
Pull another one.
Yeah, he used that. Wasn't he a librarian in
Amazing Spider-Man 1?
Okay, I think
wasn't he the delivery man in Civil War?
No.
Delivered a package for what's his name?
Yeah.
Tony Stank.
Wasn't he that innocent bystander on the news report about the attack on New York?
The one where it wasn't funny at all, it was just sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that guy is getting a biopic movie made about him. I know what you're thinking. I know what people like you two are thinking as knowers of the inner workings of Marvel. You guys know that Disney makes 80% of the Marvel movies.
Mm-hmm.
And Fox makes Deadpool and X-Men movies.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And Fantastic Four.
I don't know what you're talking about. Well, this Stanley biopic is being made by Fox.
Yeah.
And the producers are describing it as a period action-adventure piece, much akin to Kingsman or a James Bond movie.
You know, that makes a lot of sense because Stanley, of course, most of the Marvel comic books are based on his life.
They're based on his life, yeah.
And him being just like the greatest superhero of all time, and he just split them off into different books, but he does have all those powers.
Yeah.
So making this an action biopic does make a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
This is what happens when you put something valuable in the hands of Fox.
I mean,
like the 2016 presidential election.
Ooh, whoa.
Joey only.
oh
Say
no,
it
it's
with
me. Okay.
Back here, quick.
Police,
Oh, it's the cops. So, what do you guys think? Stanley biopic, regardless of what the producer said the feel of it's going to be.
You know, I'll be honest with you. I don't really know. I don't think I would know much of the story. I know who he is, but I don't know the details. And it sounds like they're going to make it in the style that they say. I'm still not going to know the details after the movie's over.
Yeah.
So,
So this is a huge missed opportunity because, of course, as we know, biopics are a great chance for a great young white actor to win an Oscar.
That's true.
So it's really sad for whoever that is was supposed to be. Whatever young white man could have gotten the Oscar, but now he's just doing an action pick, and he deserved it.
Maybe they are going to use an Asian actor.
Hey, we could do that.
Are you sure this was Stanley and not Bruce Lee? Because that would make more sense.
That would make a lot more sense.
Do you think they
it seems
think
like
it's
they're
Bruce
actually
Lee?
talking about Bruce Lee? I think they accidentally bought the rights to Stan Lee's life when they actually wanted Bruce Lee's.
Isn't that weird that you can buy the rights to someone's life?
Yeah.
It is strange.
Yeah, it is weird.
Anyway, I wonder who's going to buy my rights.
I know. I wonder who's selling them.
Yeah.
Wait, you don't own them?
I guess I do.
In 30 Rock, which I watched this episode recently, Jack sold the movie rights to Liz Lemon's life to Tracy Jordan.
Without owning them.
And she didn't have any say in it.
Wow, I guess it doesn't really... Well, I might sell them to you, Josh, if you want to buy it.
Maybe it's to your employer?
Oh,
maybe.
You don't own me.
I don't own you, but I own the rights.
The rights to my life.
Because think about it, if you work for a big company and then you leave, but most of the movie will be about that company.
I can see it.
But, okay, so if Fox owns Stan Lee's life rights, which this is the news story here.
Right.
Do they have the right to, pull the plug if he's on his deathbed?
I plug on the movie or him?
On him.
On him.
They own his life rights.
Yeah, because if they need an ending for that biopic, God damn it, they're gonna make it.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's true. How is it gonna end? He just kind of does a convention circuit, just some cameos.
And that's when our cameo is in the movie.
I gotta hand it to him, man. Doing what spry young cosplayers do for work at his age,
minus them making all the costumes.
Yeah, that part. I gotta hand it to him.
He's
an aged man.
He's over 90.
I'm gonna say he's in his 90s.
Yeah, he's very old. There's a lot of life to work with there. What part of his life do you think they'll use? Writing the first comic book? Writing SpiderMan?
No.
Yeah.
Not that. I'm gonna say before that.
Before SpiderMan.
I want to hear the story right before he wrote it.
What influenced him to start writing the books?
Yeah, exactly. I think there's a good story to be told here.
I think so too. I don't think it's an action movie.
Yeah, what the producers are kind of advertising it as is...
I mean, you can dramatize literally anyone's life.
That was bad.
You can dramatize literally anyone's life and make a good movie out of it.
Yeah.
And he has a relatively interesting life.
I can tell you exactly how this movie is going to be. It's going to be going through his life. I can
think with what they said.
He's going to start writing the characters,
and he's going to
then
be
they're going
to
coming to life or something. It's not going to be him doing the action. It's going to be the characters or Well, actually, no, it's Fox, so they don't have the rights to any of his main characters.
So they can only
Wait,
show
whoa,
him writing
whoa.
Deadpool, Fantastic Four, and the X-Men.
X-Men.
It's going to be about the X-Men. It's
God.
going to be just another X-Men movie.
Is
No.
A period piece?
It's his biopic.
A period
It's
piece
not going to be
action
contemporary.
movie.
If it was
Yeah, I know.
contemporary, it'd be
But
boring
they've
as
done,
shit.
But they've done period pieces with X-Men already.
he? Maybe.
Okay.
I don't know.
So it's going to look like that.
Well, hold up. Isn't every movie a period piece?
Mm-hmm.
It always takes place at some point.
That's true.
Except for like alternate dimension ones and future stuff.
Well, isn't that in itself a period piece?
Future
You
period.
know, future
Yeah.
period.
You know what period piece I'm waiting for them to make?
Huh.
Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. That'd be a great period piece.
Margaret.
I don't get
That's
it.
that like popular book that they give to young girls to teach them about puberty.
What?
Could be a great period piece.
What does God have to do with it?
Pretty good period piece. All right. Well, that's the show.
Guys,
Man, what a slow news week.
yeah, it sure is. Let's get
Can you pick
into
up my
our next
phone?
segment. Absolutely not. Joey had a movie suggestion for us last week.
I did, yeah.
Would you like to tell us what it is so we can start talking about it?
Yeah. Okay. We got a movie directed by Mel Brooks.
Directed. Mel Brooks, I would even say.
There's an S on there. Starring.
Don't say it.
I don't know his name.
He's not even, well, yeah, I don't know his name either. I'll look it up. You keep talking.
Okay. In second
Guess I don't know
place.
his name.
I
Really.
don't remember what it was. Sorry. Gene Wilder is also in the movie, though.
He's actually not billed first, too, so that's...
No, I know. That's
yeah.
why I didn't want to say his name.
Why
first.
would Gene Wilder be billed first?
He's not the main character of this movie.
He's
Clavon
barely in it.
Little.
Clavon
We'll
Little.
get into it.
There you go. About and this movie is about
Did
a
you say
comedy.
the name of it?
Blazing Saddles.
Blazing Saddles. Oh boy. This movie is about a black man who is made sheriff.
Spoilers.
Yes.
Don't.
Spoilers.
If you haven't seen Blazing Saddles, go watch it. Click back to this vid.
We're going to be talking spoilers.
Yeah. It's on Cinemax.
So I didn't know what this movie was about at all.
Neither did I.
Going into it.
Me neither.
It was a parody of a Western. Did not see this coming.
Wow, they really dug into westerns, didn't they?
They really did.
And all the culture that comes with it.
Oh boy, there was some. This would not fly today. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Why not?
No, it would not fly today at
You know what?
all.
It wouldn't fly today, sure, but I think the message is there.
Oh, this movie is
This movie is ahead of its time.
this. Oh yeah,
Like,
this
crazy.
This movie is what fuck, what the hell is that movie called?
Scary movie.
Sort of, yeah.
Oh.
But no, I was more thinking it's the sequel, The Two Guys, and the 22 Jump Street. This is what that is to like action movies and like
That's funny you should say
buddy
that.
cop or like those type of movies.
Yeah.
This is to westerns.
There were-
like, just to give a modern example. I
Well,
guess.
there were jokes in this movie that I was thinking, like, this is, like, straight out of a Seth Rogen movie.
Yeah.
Like, this would be, like, the equivalent of this, if this were remade today, would be, like, Seth Rogen would be Gene Wilder's character, and who would the other guy be? Who's the guy?
I don't know.
It'd be, like, the guy from, who left New Girl.
Oh,
Wayans.
yeah.
Yeah.
One of the Wayans.
One of the Wayans.
Sure.
Keegan Allen.
Keegan, you mean Keegan Michael?
Keegan Michael Key.
Keegan.
Oh,
Who the
okay.
hell's
I
that?
don't know who
Sounds
that
like
is.
a sports player of some sort.
It could just be Key and Peele.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Could be. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, I'm pretty sure the scenes with them together when they're in like the jail, I'm pretty sure they're just smoking weed the whole time. Like that's all they're doing in there.
Well,
Also, did anyone else notice that they never explained that he just let Gene Wilder out of jail for no reason?
Yeah,
they became friends.
that really
I
was.
feel like we're going through this really fast, and I like. There's a lot of stuff to talk
There's
about
just
here.
so much to talk about.
Okay, so Josh, you made the point that there's like jokes that were ahead of its time.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff I have to say about this movie is negative. Just to warn you guys.
Well,
Okay.
but
There's
keep
also
this in mind. Let me keep this in mind. We are not in the right time period to understand this movie.
At the time, this movie was probably mostly hated.
But if you understood it, it was hilarious. Because, like, we don't feel...
But a lot of people were racist back then, also.
This was 72. I mean, you had people who weren't racist, too.
Half the people are racist now.
But there were still people who were not racist. I mean, the people making the movie, obviously.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, we really have no connection to Westerns, I don't think.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't something I watched growing up. Yeah. So I can appreciate the jokes they're saying.
Space Westerns.
Yeah. I appreciate, like, the jokes, and I can understand, like, what they're referencing, but obviously it doesn't hit.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm not, like, laughing my ass off at the, you know, something about the, or the, you know, the minute-long fart sequence
around
the campfire. Like, but that probably killed. I mean, can you imagine this in 72?
Yeah.
Like,
they haven't heard, ridiculous. Like, a million fart jokes.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I think a lot of the jokes are untimeless.
Untimeless.
Yeah.
Timely, even.
Interesting.
I do really like the part where they're first invading the town, and it's like the typical like invading the western town scene, and they're like punching the old lady, and she looks at the camera and she's like, "Have you ever seen such a thing?
Such cruelty."
And the dude's like, "Well, that suit's ruined."
Like dragging
he's being dragged.
There's always the guy getting dragged behind the horse.
Yeah. Oh my god, there was some like. Oh my god, when she comes by with the pie, like, in the cover of Night and says, like, sorry about the, you know, what I said earlier. And then she comes back and she's like, I assume you'll have the good taste not to tell anybody about this.
When he's like, when they first find out that he's sheriff, and they all pull their guns on him, and then he pulls his gun on himself,
and they're like, no.
that poor man. Yeah. And then he like goes in the house and he looks directly in the camera and is like, these white people are so stupid.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I thought it was very funny. Mm-hmm. A lot of really funny jokes that I liked. I think again it has that same thing I said last week, where sometimes you gotta suspend some disbelief, when he let Gene Wilder out of jail for no reason, and he became a cop apparently, and everyone's just okay with it. But he was locked up before.
Well, he was just locked up for being drunk.
He was locked up for being the shooter guy.
He was locked up because he was the town drunk, and then the sheriff let him out, and then got him clean. And used him to help him beat the bad guys.
I don't think he got him clean.
Yeah, he did.
They were drinking together.
No, they weren't. He asked them how's the sober life going or something like that. Near the end.
Could be. I don't remember.
Maybe later exactly. On. Let's talk about the end.
Hang on.
I thought this movie was over.
Before we get into the end, because that's wow. Very unexpected.
I don't even know what to say.
But really, like, the whole last section, the whole third act, which is like, they know that the okay, wait, can we talk about the bad guys, the like slew of bad guys, which were like stereotypes way beyond that time period, the Klansmen, and the motorcycle.
Oh
gang.
yeah, what the. Like Egyptians riding on the camels.
They like completely broke the time period at that point. That was hilarious. But then
it was really funny.
But just the whole like planning process of that last part where they're like, okay, here's what we do. Build an entire replica of the town.
Yeah. Overnight. Yeah. With the power
for no reason.
Of minorities.
Of the Black Railroad workers.
For no reason either. Yeah. They got the bad guys into the town, exploded like 2 sticks of dynamite, and then just all went in and killed them anyway.
Yeah.
They could have just done that in the regular town.
Yeah, but their town would have gotten destroyed.
Mm-hmm. Not really.
You never know, man.
The guy knocked over one thing.
They made replicas of themselves too.
Yeah. All right. Man. We'll take the black people and the Chinese people. But not the Irish people.
Oh, yeah. And then they're like, okay, you can come too.
I think, like, that to me is, like, probably one of the most interesting parts, because they're pointing out that, like, you don't like black people. You don't like Chinese people. Like, yeah, we get it because they don't look like you. But then you really don't like these Irish people, who are white people like you.
In the like early like 20th century,
no, I know why, but
Irish
it's
people
just,
were like the worst.
No,
them.
yeah, but it's just like that to me is one of the funniest like calling outs of like racism or hypocrisy.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, I thought it was very funny. All right, can we get into this?
But before we talk about the end
okay.
scene, can we talk about the opening scene?
Okay, where they're talking.
They're doing like they're singing.
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
I thought that was really funny because they expected them to sing like
expected
slave
them
worker
to
songs, but they started singing like popular
just modern
culture, like modern songs really well, like in harmony.
Which is which is I think I don't know if this was intended to be, but this is what I got out of it that is literally how like racist white people or just racist people in general think of like other cultures or like black people like that. That's what they're doing. They're standing around singing these slave songs with each other.
But also they flipped the script on them because they were singing all these songs and the white guys were singing all the slave songs. Like, no, you mean this one? And then they all start getting into singing it too. And then I thought that was actually really clever.
Oh yeah, I get it now.
Yeah.
I like that.
All right, I'm itching to get into this.
All right, we can talk about the end.
What? Okay, so I was literally like, okay, I have like 8 minutes left in this. It's probably gonna be mostly credits. I'll just turn it off. Like I thought it was over.
What?
And
but I was thinking
literally the next thing that happens is this random scene with this like they pan over to the
they pan out and over to
the
the rest of the stages.
Yeah. And then we see this like stage dance show going on, and they just like barge in there like they're having a real fight, and they go through so many different lots, and it's so funny.
They fought so hard against each other that they broke into the different studios.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know movies this weird existed.
Like, that was so unexpected. I had no clue.
And they went through the cafeteria and all those, like, tours were going through.
Oh, yeah, the tourists get into it, too. They all get pied. And then, my favorite part of the whole movie is when, after that... He goes to watch the movie, and he sees in the movie the sheriff pulling up on the horse.
And he's like, oh shit, they're here. Like a live stream.
But after that, when they get back in, when they go and they're like, we gotta wrap it up, and they go back in, and the sheriff's talking, and then it like cuts to Gene Wilder, and he's holding the bag of popcorn still. But they're they're back in, but
he's
like
eating, he has the movie theater popcorn. He's just sitting down, leaning against the thing with his hat down, and then he's like, they ride their horses to the car that's gonna take them.
Okay, wait, did you guys see in the scene where when he's shooting the dynamite in the fake town? Did you see the horses that were like flying into the air, like ridiculously
They're like
high.
Completely stiff too. Like you can tell they're like the dolls. It's so funny.
Genius. All right, I gotta say something bad. I gotta give a
That's fine.
critique.
You gotta be fair.
Yeah, we're giving a. I don't think we gave a rating last time, but we are supposed to be giving cogs on a gear.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I'll give a Clockwork Orange 5 cogs on my gear.
Wow, really?
Okay.
Out of 10. Wow.
Okay. What did we give the first one? Because I needed to. Wait, what did we?
I gave it a 4
out of 10.
Oh no, it's out of 10. I gave it a.
You gave it an 8, 9. I think I gave it an 8, or maybe I gave it a 7. You gave it a 7.5.
Yeah.
Anyway,
7.5.
In Blazing.
I'm gonna say 8 for
Clockwork.
I was gonna say 8 also.
Okay, I'll say 8 as well.
You didn't even see it.
As far as Blazing Saddles goes, the thing that was like made it really hard for me to watch throughout was the Foley work. Was terrible.
Yeah, a lot of physical
comedy. But see, I think, and this is where we get into like us really not being as like the audience for this because we're obviously not in the right time period. I think that they were making fun of the awful Foley work of Westerns.
As I was saying that, I was thinking about that.
I think I can't even tell you for sure that's how little I know about Westerns.
It must have been that because it wouldn't have been that bad in the 70s.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Because I like trying to compare this to some other movies around the same time. I mean, you have amazing filmmaking like going on. We're talking, Godfather's around this time and those kind of movies. So like...
Yeah.
You know, we know how to make movies in the 70s,
Yeah.
Right.
for sure.
Okay.
That being said, this is a comedy classic that a lot of people will say does stand the test of time very well.
But I think there's still a lot that you need to understand going into this movie.
Yeah.
In order for it to be that classic. Like, talking about it now and reminiscing and, like, understanding, I think I'm probably enjoying the movie more than when I was watching it.
Yeah.
Just because you don't always understand it just because our brains aren't.
There's enough in this movie that is ahead of its time to carry the rest of the movie to now, and it being still a great movie today, because there is a lot that I said could be ripped straight out of like a Seth Rogen movie or like a Judd Apatow movie. So I think in those instances, and there's a lot of it, that's what carries the rest of it to today.
Yeah. Should we talk about Gene Wilder's performance?
No.
I'm gonna. I don't get it. What was he going for? Just stoned out of his mind the whole time?
That's what it was. That's what. Yeah, it was interesting that he's very laid back in this movie. Very just, you know why? Because his character is supposed to be the guy, you know, the sort of the cowboy who's sitting there with his hat hanging low on his head, and you know he's the best shooter in the West. So much so that he literally doesn't even draw his guns. They just let's just go flying. So like maybe that's what he's supposed to be, like the so laid back and like I can do this no problem, that he's like almost sleeping. Like
I can't remember,
he's playing like that hard.
Yeah.
I can't remember any scenes of him standing.
He's sitting most of the time.
Yeah, he's either on his horse, laying down, or sitting down.
Or hanging upside down.
Yeah. So I think that's what it is. I'm not sure,
That makes sense.
but you're right. It was like the performance is very interesting. It's hard to even figure out what.
You've
he's
convinced
going
me it's a
for.
perfect movie.
Wow.
That was the one thing that was
No.
was ailing you.
His hand work, shaky hand work, was spot on.
Yeah.
Well, I shoot with this hand.
He's like, you see this hand? Yeah, it looks perfectly still. Well, I shoot with this hand.
It's like ridiculous.
It's like raising. Like, you can't even keep it down.
And then we see him draw with both hands.
Yeah. That's two guns. I thought it was very funny, very good. Give me some cogs. How many cogs on the gear of this one?
Okay, well, this is what I want to do. I want to go back in time and change
Oh, you want to
my
retroactively?
our first one we did, but only because I didn't have a frame of reference.
You're gonna lower the Little Prince.
I'm gonna lower the Little Prince, but not because I like it any less, but because we're stacking it up against like some of the greatest films of all time here. I mean, we gotta be a
We
little.
got two classics
Yeah.
and a brand new Netflix movie.
Yeah.
I think a 7 was pretty fair. I'm gonna keep mine where it
I'm gonna-
was.
I want
knock
to keep
it-
a 9 on my Little Prince also.
I'm gonna knock it down, and that's fine.
You liked Little Prince more than Clockwork Orange.
I think
By a
they
full
d-
point.
See,
I think they do different things.
Okay.
They do. They absolutely do. So
Is someone keeping track of this at home? Why is this?
I'm keeping
why is
track
this
of it in
matter,
my
dude?
dang head, man. Because I want my scale to be right.
Yeah. Well,
so
the
I'm gonna
scale
knock
is in
it-
development.
I'm gonna knock it down. It's gonna be a shock, but I'm gonna put it at a 5. But that's not
Wow.
necessarily bad.
Well, hey, 5 and 6 on the scale is about like 5 is okay, 6 is good.
That's
6 is 60%. That's
in which
that's a
case
D
then I'll
minus
say
minus.
6. Then I'll put it at a
No.
6. How about that? Yeah, I'll put it at a 6.
A 6?
Yeah.
So 6 is good.
Just like barely good.
7 is
No,
great.
but I mean, like in
Barely
the
good.
grand scheme of like all movies,
Yeah.
this movie.
I mean-
I think getting in that above 60 percentile is pretty good.
I feel like school
right?
ruins like grading for everything else.
It really
like
does.
a 10-point scale.
No, it really does.
Like I would say 3 and below is a bad movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything more than that is watchable.
Right. No, I would agree with that.
Watchable.
So for this movie, keeping that in mind, last week staying the same at 7.5, I'm gonna give this one an 8.
So your favorite one?
This was my favorite of the 3.
Okay. All right. Having given Clockwork Orange an 8 and Little Prince a 9, which I might even say maybe Clockwork Orange and that are the same for me.
See when you
They're
start
different
really
movies, though.
It is hard to compare.
Yeah. Maybe I'll put them both at an 8.
Okay.
And I'll give Blazing Saddles a 7.
Okay.
Because it was very funny, and I really liked it.
I'm giving Blazing Saddles a 9.
Whoa.
Wow, you said you had mostly negative things to say.
I know, but I had
about
a great time watching it, and I feel like I really want to watch it again soon.
Yeah, I think I kind of do too.
Even though I have a lot of like complaints, but I mean Joey kind of steered me straight on why those things were how they were. So, I mean, I don't know. It's just a classic, great movie.
It's a classic comedy.
R.I.P. Good comedies.
Romp.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Gene Wilder.
Oh,
Who just
who's
died like
that?
a week.
All right, my turn to pick a movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we've done 2 classics in a row. Want to make it 3?
Oh.
All right, my first one. You guys have probably seen it, but I'm just gonna say it. Pulp Fiction.
I've never seen it.
Have seen it.
Oh, okay. Well, I have a backup. Now you're not gonna like this, but I'm in the mood. Airplane.
Oh, okay. So that's going to be about the same as
Okay,
this.
great.
Yep.
Damn it,
Well, now you have apples to apples comparisons.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, I guess. Sure.
All right. So next week, Airplane.
Next week, Airplane.
Now
Airplane.
this, no, never mind.
Airplane's a classic.
From what I know about
comedy.
this is way weirder than this movie.
Yeah.
Weirder.
This
Yeah,
one
yeah.
goes like way deeper into
This is like,
the parody aspect.
Yeah.
I
I
like the goofiness.
I just heard it's like a movie that's like an hour and a half of like bad pun jokes.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
But yeah, this is one that I would.
Tommy's excited. All right, so Airplane it is next week. If you want to follow along, let us know your thoughts at Fangeared, so we can discuss with you on there.
Mhm.
Also, we are running a contest on our Twitter right now. Not really a contest, more of a giveaway. It's through our Critical Chit Chat
Ooh,
Pokemon
Chit-Chat.
podcast. If you go retweet our tweet about that podcast, this is the Alchemy and Humans Turning into Pokemon video, with your favorite 7th gen Pokemon released so far, then you'll be entered to win a event Pokemon 20th Anniversary Arceus code. So
Arceus.
you'll have until Sunday to do that.
Sunday, September 18th? Yes.
Yes. So yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
Now-
I can confirm.
do we have a 10-second review this week?
Dude, I only saw one movie in theaters this week.
Perfect. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard of Morgan?
I have.
It's a movie.
Oh, yeah.
Sci-fi
This is a
thriller.
Cape Mara?
I want to say yes.
This is the movie about
Brown hair.
they made a girl, and what's his name? Rhino. In the Amazing Spider-Man 2, Joey's favorite movie.
In Straight Outta Compton.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. 10 seconds on your mark.
Yeah.
All Jim.
Go.
Super predictable, super forgettable. Really just a sci-fi movie that has nothing to say, and it's just a cheap thrill.
You know, by definition, not even a sci-fi movie, I would say.
Interesting.
It
I
is science
still have
fiction.
no idea what this movie's about.
It's like they make a girl that evolves like faster. In like 1 week she can walk and talk. In like 2 weeks she's like an adult.
So reverse.
So imagine like how far she can go.
So it's like Lucy.
I was just saying, like,
Yeah.
Lucy.
Like an indie Lucy.
It's better than Lucy.
Really?
I couldn't even
I
watch that
fucking
one.
hate Lucy.
I couldn't watch that one. I tried and
Lucy?
it was too bad.
Lucy's
Yeah.
the dumbest shit ever.
Apparently, that's a very divisive movie, actually.
Yeah, a lot of people love
Very
it.
polarizing.
Yeah, oh yeah, a lot of people like it when
Yeah.
it was out.
Either people love it or hate it.
I just don't like the idea of it.
Hmm.
Every person uses 100% of their brain, just not all at once.
Yeah.
Different parts of your brain do different things. That's why you only use 10%.
Yeah, but what if you use them all at the same time?
You don't even have the whole brain until you're like
If you use
Does that mean that you're like feeling sad and happy and angry at the same time?
Yeah, if you use this,
like all your shit's just going crazy.
every like muscle's moving.
Yeah, that's true. You literally have to be moving your entire body at all times.
And just feeling every emotion.
Yeah,
having every thought.
That'd be it'd be overload.
Yeah, that's what using 100%.
Yeah, thinking in every category of thought.
Ooh, that's a horror movie we should do.
Wow.
Just someone like spasming out for an hour and a half.
Oh no, it's a futuristic sci-fi movie where they come. Damn. Joey's losing it. It's a futuristic sci-fi movie where they have a torture device that causes you to use 100% of your brain, and that's what they use to make you talk.
There it is.
Wow. All right. Wow.
But then one of them accidentally they turn her into Lucy.
Yeah. And
That's
she's just
Or maybe Morgan.
or possibly Morgan, one of those. So yeah, if you have any ideas for how you would use 100% of your brain, let us know in the comments below. You can also send us a tweet at Vanguard to let us know about Airplane next week, and we're very excited. That's at Vanguard.
At Vanguard.
That's
Yeah. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.